Hey everybody, Tonya Reeves, Australia's Cowgirl medium, coming at you from hometown today at Sunday Creek. Like many of us, home is pretty much where we're based at the moment. So, hey, we're making the most of it. I wanted to share today, before I started my reading, about a connection I had this morning with the most gorgeous couple. And I know they won't mind me sharing this, but they've had to make the decision they've got an elderly dog that they've had for a long time, and she's so gorgeous. And so they actually reached out to connect so that I could connect with the dog, because basically they've made the decision to, not prolong her quality of life, which has really diminished. And so we just connected, and I was able to do some animal communication and give some confirmation around the dog's perspective. And, it was so beautiful, and I really felt honoured to be able to be the messenger for their gorgeous dog who's at that transitioning stage of her human existence. And, yeah, we had a great connection, and it was amazing what this gorgeous soul shared with her journey. She really wanted to eat her things that she used to be able to eat before she got sick, and visit a couple of places before she transitions. And it was just a real honor to be able to connect. And connecting with animals is probably right up there on one of my favorite things to do. And they're so easy to connect with, and we can all connect with our own animals. And I'm sure many of you here today will be able to relate that you can connect to that feeling that you get from your animal, whether it's your dog or your cat or your horse or any animal. We all have the ability to communicate with them and connect to their energy and just really get a fine-tuned message on where they're at and what they're sharing with us. So it is pretty cool, and I think it's a great honour that we're able to make a decision for an animal not to suffer. I just think it's a shame we can't do it as humans, being able to go, you know what, there's no quality of life. We don't really want to be, hanging around being a burden. And I think, for a lot of people, that's what it is. They don't want to be a burden. And even the animals are like that. Like this gorgeous dog, she didn't want to be a burden. She didn't want to have a diminished quality of life. So that came through really strongly. And she was just, the feeling of gratefulness from her, I mean, I can still feel it. It was so powerful. And I think it's such an honour that we get to be able to help them transition in that way. So it's going to be an amazing transition, and as hard as it will for humans, because they're so attached, as we all are with our animals. And unfortunately, for most of us, the animals aren't here for that long a time, compared to human years. If your dog, up to 20 years is, pretty cool. Maybe if you can get over that, that's pretty awesome. But they're not here for a really long time, but we certainly feel their connection, and we certainly carry them around as little spirit souls around us, even after they've transitioned. So animals are definitely, I feel, also here to teach us a lot, and just the way that they are so unconditional. And, yeah, they just remind us to be present and enjoy the little things. So I think sometimes we forget that. So right at the moment, that's something that I've found is getting out and just getting into some deeper meditations to be able to get some insights that maybe when we get busy, we don't actually allow our inner guidance to step in and say, hey, you need to do this, or hey, I've got a great idea, or, hey, you need to be doing this, or why aren't you doing this? And these are the little snippets of information that are really helpful to us on our human journey here, and helping to guide us and say, you know what, it's pretty cool to be able to, intuitively get these insights ourselves. And everyone can do it. I often encourage that, even within a reading, is to say, you've got that gift. Don't always hand it over to somebody else. And if there's one thing that I love to do in a reading is to encourage someone to really explore their own psychic gifts, because we all have them, and we all are massively intuitive. I've yet to meet someone who isn't. just again, whether we decide to utilize that tool or not. And I just think, well, why wouldn't you utilize, the guidance that you're given and the intuition you're given? It's a real shame to not use that and help, get through life, navigate this journey, whatever you want to call it. But I think that sometimes we just tend to forget that little aspect of ourselves that really helps us create a way to deal with things, no matter how hard life can get. If we keep that faith and keep that, connection to our inner guidance, to our heart centers, and really be able to go, I'm going to listen to what, my inner guidance is telling me, and let's roll with this. And I also feel that throughout, the journey that we're traveling on right now, which has been, we've all been sort of held back a bit, it's to rediscover the journey of having least resistance and not being resistant to things that come up for you. So I found that a really powerful tool. Things that I might have gone, nah, I just, opportunities come up, you say no, start to say yes and just see where it leads you. Because sometimes we can say no because what's in our head is, oh, doesn't look right, or that's not the direction I want to go in. But sometimes the universe will present you with an opportunity so that it's a stepping stone. So you might be offered a job in something you think no, but you take that offer up, and then out of that you meet somebody else who, who's able to then pass on your details, and you're doing something totally different. So I think, the trust in the universe being able to do that for us is really big, and something that we can all, gain so much from. So, yeah, I think it's just something I was prompted to remind us. So the path of least resistance, I really feel that's a really powerful message right now. So look at what you're resisting and how you can change things up and do things a little bit differently. So I think that's a really powerful one. Now I'm hoping that, I'm hoping that, I'm pretty certain my reader should be around soon, but I haven't, let's see, I'm not getting any call in yet. So, hey, I'll keep talking. I do that so well. I could talk all day. So poor Dave, he must get sick of hearing my Aussie voice here. So anyway, that was a really cool reading that I got to do today. And it's been wonderful to connect with, many, especially I think when we're feeling a bit isolated, it's been really good to be able to actually connect to people throughout the world, and just be able to still keep up the awesomeness of that. Yay, I've got Melissa. Yay. So I'm going, I've got no idea what's happening here. Melissa, how are you going? It's Tonya here.
Hi, I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. How are you?
Really good, thanks. So you're from the US. I did get a quick thing up, but I lost whereabouts you're from.
Yeah, I'm in Illinois. I live in Peoria, Illinois. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri.
Okay, cool. So you've been around. Have you just recently moved to where you are now? But it's not permanent.
Yeah. I was living in Pekin. I actually just recently moved back to Peoria in May. So.
Okay. But what is that I almost felt like there's still another move, or that you're not totally fixed there. Are you there for a reason, and it's almost like there's something you're going to do and then make a decision moving forward from there?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's showing me that. I've got a mail coming through in the spirit for you. Oh, let me see. What's he? Really strong, very powerful gentleman coming through for you. Don't necessarily feel like Dad either. I feel like somebody similar age group to yourself who's in the spirit world, and it's like he's here to guide you. There's a lot of deep love for you, and in that, I mean, we always get with the spirit world, there's that love connection, but it takes my breath away, the connection that you two have. It's like he wants to come through saying he's 100% guiding you, and there's something around a question mark that you're a bit unsure about, but it's like I need to reassure you that what you've got in mind is correct. So it's like you're weighing something up and you might be thinking, oh, I don't think I can do this. But it's like he's coming through really pushing me to say, I have to tell you that you can do this. It's really interesting. So it's like there's seeds of doubt there, but they don't need to be there. So it's like don't let that voice override you. There's something around a relationship as well. So there's question marks around a relationship, or I don't know whether you've come back home to rekindle something, because I feel like there's something on the boil, but it might not be. It's the weirdest thing ever. It's like it might not be fully obvious to you yet. So I just feel like there's something simmering in the background that's going to take off for you where you've come back to. Okay, so it's like keep an eye on that, because I feel like I'm a bit excited about that. I do feel with his spirit, he's guiding you to, it's your happiness right now. So there's something around a sense of freedom. So I feel like with that move, you've either ended something, or it's like he's going, well done for making that decision. So you've left someone behind, and there's someone new around. So it's like, I just get this, it's energetically something like there's something that's really shifted in this move, and there's something quite cathartic about it, is what he's showing me very strongly. So there's change around, but I do want to say that there is that aspect of the best is yet to come for you. So it's almost like don't think you've completed this circle, because there's more to come.
Wow. That's very interesting. So I'm glad to hear that.
It is. Yeah, it's like really strong for you. It's like he'd move hell or high water for you. It's like really strongly, you've been through some stuff, and it's like he's there to go, I'm clearing the way for you now. So please know that in the spirit world, you really are guided to be pushed on this next part of your journey. And I do want to say chapter 2 for you. So it's like, you're just hitting your top gear. So I am running out of time, but please know that you're on the right track, and there's exciting times ahead. So don't lose the faith. It's a really big one here.
All right. Well, thank you.
My pleasure. Australia's Cowgirl Medium, pop over onto my Facebook. If you message me, I can expand on that too, and also give you some more information about him.